trick-or-treating dressed up like Marilyn Manson. Let's go trick-or-treating dressed up like Marilyn Manson. Let's go trick-or-treating dressed up like Marilyn Manson. Snatch up all the kitties and then hold them up for ransom.
Hello and welcome back to Do Reviews with James Scott. I'm your host, James Scott, or Samaj to Talks, courtesy of the front-facing camera. Whoops. But yes, here we are on Friday the 13th, incidentally. Thought today would be a fitting day to film this. I did kind of put it off for a while for reasons we shall delve into shortly. But yes, here we all are to discuss, what were we here for? Could it be this? Voo Dew number 5, as predicted by Lou Bega. You may have said Mambo in the song, but we all know what he really meant. He was prophesying the arrival of Voo Dew number 5. Here it is. Number 5. The one from last year I thought was kind of weak. I feel like a lot of people also felt that way based on public opinions that were conveyed to me. Voo Dews 1 through 3 were all pretty good, I think. Voo Dew number 2 is just a rehash of something that already came out previously as a game fuel. But from what I understand, this is an all-new flavor. Unfortunately, that's where we hit the reason that I put this off so long. Mountain Dew decided in their infinite wisdom it would be cool to reveal the flavor this time before the month of October even arrived. Yeah, so whereas I normally spend these Voo Dew videos speculating on what the flavor might be, it has already been revealed. So I'm going to stare judgmentally at the camera for the next 10 minutes in silence. All right, well, I think I'll add staring sternly at my reflection for 10 minutes to the list of things that I don't really enjoy that much. Yeah, so thanks, Mountain Dew, for making me do that. I really didn't have a good time with it. It really kind of made me stare into my own self and introspect and do all this stuff I don't normally enjoy doing in my free time. Anyway, Voo Dew number 5. You know, with my cell phone sitting there on the table and me clanging this against the table, I'm sure that was kind of louder than I meant it to be, so I apologize. But here we are with Voo Dew number 5. I think we might as well dive in. If you'd rather not hear what flavor it is, I'm going to say it now. You may want to skip the next 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it. I'm going to have my hands cupped around my mouth when I say it, so if you see me cupping my hands in the video, that means I'm going to say it. Fast forward if you don't want to see this. The flavor is Cherry Airheads. Yeah, so apparently a collaboration between Mountain Dew and the whatever company makes Airheads. I don't know if there's a common overseeing body between PepsiCo and the people that make Airheads, but either way, they got together, they made this flavor. So here's the thing, I love Cherry Airheads. Cherry Airheads are fantastic. In fact, as far as candy goes, Airheads and the Airheads Extremes spin-off candies are some of the best out there. If you asked me a few years ago what my favorite candy was, I probably would have said Airheads Extremes strawberry rolls. I don't think they actually make those anymore. I think they're just making the belts, you know, the rainbow looking belts, not the coiled ones. They might still be out there. There's now a company called Rips that makes a similar sour flavored licorice. Those are fantastic and possibly just as good as the strawberry Airheads Extreme rolls used to be. So those are still out there somewhere. They also have a great mascot, Rippy the Inventor. Shout out to my boy, Rippy the Inventor. He's one of the good ones. All right, let's pop this open. Gee, I wonder what it'll taste like. I'm sure it won't taste exactly like Cherry Airheads. It'll probably be a mixture of that flavor and then the signature Mountain Dew taste, which is usually quite bold. But I see no reason to beat around the bush any further, so let's go ahead and take our first spooky sip, shall we? That's Cherry Airheads, all right. And it is different from Code Red in the sense that it is maybe more, well, I don't know, more citric. It's more like cherry lemon, which is a great combination. Nerds has done that combination with their wild cherry lemonade combination flavor. Sip 1 was awfully good. Let's do it again. Yeah. Bold, sweet candy taste. Better than last year's and probably better than year 1. I'm blanking a bit on what year 3 tasted like. I think it was pretty good and unique. I don't think anyone really pinpointed what that was supposed to taste like, but it was good. This is one of the better ones. It's just a shame that they kind of killed my buzz with the revelation of the flavor in advance. I'm assuming it was the official Mountain Dew page that spoiled that surprise for me because it was just called Mountain Dew and I'm pretty sure it was a sponsored page. But either way, whoever the source was, they were dead on. It is Cherry Airheads for sure. I heard a few guesses at what it was before it was revealed and they were mostly way off. It's Cherry Airheads, that's what it is. But yeah, that being said, we already have Code Red, and Code Red has been around for how long? Like over 20 years at this point. It's a different kind of cherry, for sure. Really kind of cherry lemonade is what I'm feeling there. And it's still different than the original Game Fuel, which is like, it calls itself citrus cherry, but the citrus it's referring to I don't think is lemon because it doesn't really taste like the Nerds, and the Nerds are confirmed cherry lemonade. Not that two different companies can't have different interpretations of what the same flavor profile tastes like, but this to me is very cherry lemon. It's super good, man. It's just a shame that the delivery, the presentation of this flavor, boo, 0 out of 10. How dare you ruin the surprise? You opened my Christmas gift on Christmas Eve, basically. That's how it feels. That being said, though, let's dive into the fart system. All right, flavor is awesome. 9 to start, I think would be fair. It may creep up to a 9.25 or 9.5. For now, I'm going to stick with a 9. Let's hop from there to the, we'll circle back to that after I've had a few more steps. The A, the art, good as usual today, but also this year and for the rest of time. It is true that there is a mummy with a mohawk on the can. Look at that fella. Not sure how he has hair left after all those hundreds of years of decaying in a coffin or sarcophagus or whatever, but he's got one. Could be hair plugs, I guess. That's pretty sweet. You got a candle indicating that this is Voo Dew number 5 underneath the D of Mountain Dew there. Also, I just got a text while this was filming. Shout out to Bethany Branson. I will read that later. And yeah, as always, you got the Dementor-looking dude with the question mark shape embedded into his hood. That is just so clever. Let's applaud Mountain Dew for doing that. Even though that's been the case for 5 years now. It's still clever. It didn't stop being clever. R, the repeatability. I will be drinking this a lot more, honestly, for as long as I can find it on shelves. That actually takes me to a point that I want to get to before I go to the T in fart here. Availability. So that's not the A in fart, but we're going to do a second A for this. Availability of dews has been rough lately. Man, for the exclusives. They'll show up, and when they do, it's like they're gone in 2 weeks. And if you didn't get them in that opening 2 weeks, then F you, apparently. Another F that is not the normal F in the fart, but you know what it stands for. Yeah, Mountain Dew, make some more, please. Maybe you are in other regions, but as far as Columbus, Ohio is concerned, these things are showing up in very short supplies. And despite being limited, and that being the point, I'd love to support you by buying some more. But if I can't find it, then how am I going to do that, right? I'd rather not go to eBay after the fact and buy it for a markup of Lord knows how much more. So, yeah, especially with the last round of Bajas this summer, they were there and then they were gone in the snap of a finger, a blink of an eye, a twitch of a bitch, whatever you want to say. Yeah, I think if they actually want to make some nice sales off these things, maybe have them last a little longer. Doesn't that just seem like a no-brainer? I don't know. I'm not one of the market execs from PepsiCo, but I really would like to be able to find more of these. In fact, honestly, couldn't find any more of this for about a month until yesterday. Found it in like some small-town rinky-dink gas station in southern Ohio. I would have the direct address available for you, but it wasn't really me that found them. It was someone else, and they brought them to me. It was my dad. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, so they seem to show up in large supplies initially, and then you pretty much can't find them unless you go to unlikely towns where they're not selling as much as they are in the big towns. That's at least how it seems. Okay, back to the fart scale. T, title, Voo Dew. It's still called Voo Dew. No reason to change that. It's clever. It's been the same for the past 5 years. It works. Bravo. Yeah. So, coming back to the taste, or rather the flavor. Ooh, a couple burps there. Delicious burps. We're going to rate those burps and the taste that preceded them. I think 9.5 is the fairest thing I can give it at this time. Just cherry, carbonated, it's a great combination. Back to where it all began with Code Red, kind of setting off the chain of events with new Mountain Dew flavors to enjoy. Who doesn't love cherry pop? It makes sense. It's a tale as old as time at this point, and a tale that keeps on telling. Man, that is good. That is good. G-O-O-O-O-O-D. Or maybe G-U with an umlaut over it, D. Yeah, I think that's about all I got to say right now. Go out and find this if you can. If you do locate it, let me know where it's still at. I would prefer cans over bottles. P.S. This is what the zero sugar one looks like. So, yeah, this has been Samaj to Talks here on this Friday the 13th. I hope you all have a horrifying Halloween, an occult October, and a terrifying something that starts with T. You'll think of something. I have faith in you. Yeah, see you around. Boo! That was me being spooky. Boo! Halloween's coming. So get out your skulls And if you don't wanna, you can kiss my face.